Hello there, welcome. If you're new here, my name's Frank. Welcome to American Eagle Rises. How you guys doing? It's Tuesday. Sometimes, I don't want to say the weatherman lies, but here in Michigan, you can't predict any weather. So, yeah, just to start off, nothing exciting for a Tuesday, that is, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll do something outside. And then on the way home from work, I just happened to see my gas was like, I'm like, oh, I better get gas now because I don't want to get in the morning and who knows. And I'm like, all right, let's just get it. It's on the way home anyway. So as I'm getting out to, get the pump, right? It's like just boom, it just comes out of like nowhere. Oh, all right, guys, that let me back up because I'm not sure my camera was like stuck for a bit. All right, so anyway, we'll go back. So I'm on my way back home. I needed to get gas. So as the moment I get out of the car, just this it's like someone turned on the shower head, and it did say it was gonna rain, right? And and I'm like, all right, well that 10% rain turned into 100% right away, and it was like kind of like a mini flash thunderstorm. It didn't last too long. By the time I got home, which was, I don't know, not even 10 minutes. Maybe it was 10 minutes. I don't know. I wasn't really in any hurry, and it's not that far from here, so maybe 10 minutes tops. And then the sun just poked its head out, so it looks, and everything looks, the sidewalk looks dry, but the road's a little, but it's all sunny. You would never know. So I thought that was kind of funny. I'm like, oh wait, right when I get, it's like, come on, really, what are you gonna do, right? But I just thought it was kind of just kind of silly, funny, anything. So what is exciting today? Hey, how you guys like my shirt? This is like my new. I don't want to say new, but you guys probably haven't seen this shirt. And since it was a little warm, I have like fall winter work selection. Like this is actually what I wore to work. And normally I take my clothes, I change into something else, and I normally don't come on here. But I thought I'd do my video now before I started doing anything. So I have like a winter fall collection, if you will, right? And then I have like a spring summer. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's kind of like one of those wicking. It's real comfortable. And it breathes pretty good. So in the summertime it's perfect. But yeah, how you guys like it? So it looks new to you, but I've had it for a couple of years, so it still holds up. Yeah, work was work. What do you want me to tell you about it? Just more nonsense, but that's what we got. That's what we got going on in the world, right? So let's take a quick look at the markets. Like a boring, whatever. It looks like gold and silver, a little bit of salt, not much. It's pretty trivial. Looks like a Bitcoin ain't really doing anything. The overall market looks, it's slightly up. Doesn't look like it's doing anything. The dollar's trying to strengthen, but if you look at the chart, it looks horrible. What else? Looks like 10-year treasury. It looks like another one of those so far nothing burger. I'm surprised though. I jumped on here, and when I was looking, because I'm trying to find something I can talk on the channel that's related to America Yeah, I left my Trump hat on, so you don't like it. I guess leave. Like, this is what I wear so I can stay single, right? Because, the women, come on, let's face it, right? They hate Trump. We got sissy guys that hate Trump, whatever. Sorry, man. We gotta get behind someone, right? The other person would have just made stuff worse. So no one's perfect, guys, right? There's things I disagree with him, but come on, but funny enough, like Newsweek, right? Or was it Newsweek? Hang on. Let's see if it was Newsweek. I swear it was. Oh, and of course that now that I'm trying to bring it live, it's not on here. Come on. That's just the top story is the same. Come on. But anyway, I think it was Newsweek. Yeah, it was Newsweek. And it said, "Oh, China's not doing its 125% tariff." Whoa! Oh, who could have seen that? What did I say? What? It's not even been 2 weeks. Like, what are people, like, Biden had what? Like, oh, well, it's going to take a while for Biden, right? He gets all the time in the world, right? Trump gets not even a day. And then they just, oh, this is a lie. And then, oh, what about this and that? So no matter what we say, they just take it out of proportion. So I thought that was funny as hell, right? Like, oh my God, China. Slight sidebar. I think I mentioned this before. China is imploding. And there was news. I know it's ain't American news. It's kind of American news because China is our enemy. At least the CCP is. The Chinese people are not our enemy by any means. Actually, they're one of our biggest allies right now. Why do I say that? Yeah, they're protesting. That stuff is going down there. Nobody, this is what's funny, right? Nobody in China wants to work, at least especially the young people, right? It's like what is going on here is going on over there and then some, right? And they always, it's like I said, it's like the house is on fire. Oh, nothing to see here. Everything's great. The Xi Jinping is like little damn emperor, thinks he's God, and his legacy is at stake. But if I was him, his life is at stake. Because I'm telling you, if the people really, 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 and if the protests are like, oh no, we gotta go find the guy. I'm telling you, you might see onesie, twosie, like, Xi Jinping supporters, but he doesn't have, like, internally, he doesn't have a lot of support. People just do what he says because they're obviously terrified of the guy, right? So, if it goes, it's going to go like a house of cards, and it'll be like that, guys. It's like that. And you'll be like, oh my gosh. What was the other thing that I saw here? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Trump kind of gave a whoosh to Amazon. Thank you, Mr. President. Come on, man. I don't know what you guys think. I want him to be a wrecking ball. Now, when I say that, I preface with the hey, right? We're tearing down the old structure because it's dilapidated. The foundation, we can't even repair the foundation, right? Like it's there's the foundation's cracked. You got half the house. Like all these organizations, all these institutions, we probably should have started working on them, like, to be honest, probably 10 years ago. But now we're here, right? And it's kind of like when you finally have your come to Jesus moment, right? You're like, oh my gosh, I'm in debt to my eyeballs, right? You finally realize it. And then when you start, right, you start taking action. It's always real difficult at first. Sometimes it's, right? But you're just like, oh my gosh, that's what's going on. That's exactly what's going on, right? Because you know, it, it's been this way for so long. Any disturbance is now it's being highlighted, right? It's all being done for political bullshit, if you will, right? But yeah, it's a demolition. Trump's just the focal point, but it's coming. Again, I say it's coming whether we like it or not. We should, right? We got to pull this damn Band-Aid off. So let's pull it. We know we're going to pull it off, right? Because we don't want some stranger just coming like, hey, what the, right? You don't feel like you're in control, right? So, tough times tough times were going to come anyway. So why don't we just do the right thing, right? Anyway, I could talk about this all day long. That's not what I wanted to really do. I just wanted to come on here and let's see if there's any. Whoops! I'm trying to find something else. That's like, oh, Dave. Dave. I can't read the rest of it. Hey, Raymond. Something. Dave. Let me see if I can click at it. Let me click at it. Does it come up? Let's see if it comes up. Let's see. Oh, something's coming up. Hang on. Let's see. Come on, MSN. What? This thing's taking forever. What's it doing? Oh my lord, it's still... Okay, it looks like it's going to be an article. Dave Ramsey makes bold prediction for the home ownership American dream. Uh-oh, what? Isn't that his business model? Like, many dual income, blah, blah. I'm just like... I'm not going to read the whole article. I just... trying to find something. I think he's just, it looks like it's more difficult for single people. It's difficult for a single family to get a house. So, I don't know. It's like almost like it's like Dave Ramsey is trying to say it's hard. No, don't say so, Joe. Is that what it was, right? Joe Jackson? Yeah, you guys know that one? Joe Jackson? 8 Men Out? Yeah, what else is here? Trump's... my gosh, Newsweek will not let this go. My lord, dude. I worked on a cruise ship for 10 years. Oh my gosh, that sounds like a prison sentence. It's just flat. This stuff's just flashing back. U.S. job openings fall to 6-month low. No shit, Sherlock. Like... I ghosted my best friend and don't regret. What the hell is that? Newsweek. Everyone's just gotta get on the, let's just keep throwing stuff at Trump. I swear. It's funny too, is only like really older. I don't want to lump all boomers in the one section. I hate lumping anyone like it. But you know what I mean, right? They're the older crowd. They're the ones that are most likely like looking at cable news. Like, who has money for cable news? Like, just cable in general, right? Like, I used to have cable, then I didn't, and it just cost too much. Now I didn't even have a service, and then I was bumming from one friend. That's how I was getting Disney Plus, and then they turned, that woke turned to woke, so it turned into shit. And what is it? So then I got, like, Amazon Prime or whatever, right? It's like, so, like, it's like, can we just get rid of the legacy media? It's just like, all right, anyway. But those people who are watching, they're not going to be here much longer, right? Like, how many of them, I don't know, too many of them are still here. They don't want to go home. They're like, no, the ride. It's like, no, you had your chant. You're on the merry-go-round. It said only 3 times, and you guys been on it 10 times. So you got to get off, and they're like the kid. They're like the kid, and it's like, dude, that's a whole other thing. Like, you remember seeing like a baby in like their arm, and then they'll latch on. You're like, how does this baby like get like how does this baby have this incredible grip strength? And I'm like, I can't even grip it this high. What is up with that? Like little kid, like little baby arm. Like, I don't know. Maybe someone can tell me that, but yeah, I just think that's so funny. Like a little baby's like, it's just like, how can they hold on that damn tight, right? Trump threatens to pull U.S. out of Russia, Ukraine. I thought we were. Oh, the talks. I think that's what. Another damn Newsweek thing. SpaceX Falcon 9 launch. Blah, blah, blah. We don't care about that. Amazon denies it planned to disclose cost of U.S. tariffs on its. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, dude. Whatever you say, man. UPS to cut 20,000 jobs after it. Ooh. Yeah, less shit is getting shipped around. Oh gosh, okay. We'll end on this. So, there's these a whole nother. I think we're number one. We're all like watching our damn phones too much, right? But because there's not the legacy media, right? Like it's like I call it individual journalism, right? It's I still think it can be a double-edged sword, meaning like there's like people that like will follow it like and it's almost like follow it too hard, right? But another thing too is that we have all these cameras here and on our phone, like like, oh my gosh, look at all this is happening, and it's more like, okay, we're finally recording it, right? Like back in the past, like 500 years ago, I bet you there was a really hot day. And because no one wrote it down, right? Oh my God, it's the hottest day of the year. Oh, it's been on records. Like, yeah, on record. Like, how long have we been having the records, right? Like, but my point is, like, now we're finally documenting with all these damn cameras. So, but anyway, the one thing that I saw was this one guy was like, complaining about Trump and the tariffs, and he's like, I don't know, lives in Seattle or something, right? One of the ports, right? They're like, oh look, there's no ships right now, and it's like, well. All right, you're blowing this out of proportion, number one. I mean, you might be right, but like, maybe it's, there's always cycles, right? Like, okay, like, is it traditionally like a low month, right? Like, and then you just don't see any boats, and then you record it, and because you want to say tariffs, right? Like, or it could be both, right? It's not a one-to-one correlation, or causation, right? But because I remember the same thing, I think on Philly, right? Like it was empty. Oh my God! Oh, there's gonna be a shortage of everything. Oh, and it was like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, it's gonna take like 9 months before the supply chain. And then what happens? Nothing happened. So it's like funny too, because like the person didn't get like rant. But yeah, anyway, there was some random guy. My buddy sent it to me, and I'm just like, oh yeah, like the other 20 times that they kept saying. Because I remember like 2022 or 2023, like remember all the boats that were out there, and I was like, oh, and then come to find out, like, yeah, okay, there's more boats out there than there should, but it's like, oh no, there's normally this many boats out here, and it's just like 10-20% more boats than there should be. It's like, okay. Right? It's not like, oh my God, like there's only supposed to be 10 boats, but there's 5,000, right? Like, okay, right? But yeah, are there going to be shortages? Who knows, guys? Can it be attributed to tariffs? No! Like another thing that, like, even if, right, let's just say we turned on the switch, right? Like today, right? Tariffs, right? Well, guess what? Anything that's been on the water, right? Let's say, right, because you got China, right, and the boat, and it takes like 8 weeks. So that tells you, like, oh, okay, like, oh, so even if there's no boats, right, that means the orders were turned off months ago. That's my point, right? So if there's no boats coming in, well, guess what? That was before Trump even talked about tariffs, so you can't blame tariffs only, right? Like tariffs don't help, but that's not the root cause, right? And as an engineer, I know all about this because you can have you can have an equation, right? And you have multiple, like a function, right? And you can have like x equals y, right? Okay, right? But you could have like x squared plus x plus, or I'm sorry, like x plus t plus whatever, right? You could have, right? And then each variable may not even be weighted, meaning maybe X has a higher, changes the equation more than say Z. All right. But people just see one thing and there it is. There. Sorry, everything's backwards. I need to look at the camera. Sorry, I'm poking you. 20 minutes. Yeah. All right. We got our 10. Hey, we got our 10,000 steps. We just moved around my hand and got like 3 steps. So yeah, I thought that was kind of ironic, right? And it but even if that's the case, right? Let's say, tariffs, right? I mean, you got to put your orders in months in advance, right? Okay, so every future order, right? Okay, so tomorrow, right? The tariff started, so tomorrow the new price begins, right? Okay, so I'll put an order in, right? Like you go to Amazon, all right? So imagine you go to Amazon, you put a new order in, like, oh, hey, the thing I ordered now went up like $5, right? So I put another order in, right? But let's say you already have, you have like 3 shipments and they're already coming, right? But you already ordered them months ago and you already paid for them, right? That's what everyone keeps forgetting. I mean, these people are talking about, right? So, okay, all right, put an order in, right? Okay, they're like, yeah, the fastest delivery, right? Still takes 8 weeks, right? So it's on the water, 2 months, and then finally it's at a port, right? And then the boat, it doesn't mean that when the boat arrives, they unload it right away. No. It sits. There's a logistics chain, right? And then they take it off the boat, boom, right? And then there's all these containers, right? So the boat might be left, right? But the shit in the container, here's a container, and all the shit is still in the container. And then they'll sit in the damn port for who knows how long, right? Depends on, there's a whole system about that, right? And then finally gets that, a truck comes in and boom, comes in, right? And then let's say it's going to Walmart, right? Well, guess what? Walmart has warehouses, right? Because if it's on one side of the country, and it's, it depends on, there's 2 sides, right? And nothing from Los Angeles goes all the way across the country, although you never know, right? Oh, we can't go through the Panama Canal. That might happen. Right? But it gets distributed, right? Everything's planned out, routed, right? So then it goes to a a couple days or something, right? And then it goes to a warehouse in the middle of BFE or something. Comment below if you guys know what BFE is. It's something I remember I learned it from my sister. You guys will love it. But I don't know. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Maybe it's just my sister and I inside joke. I don't know. Or the people that we grew up with. But right, and then it might stay in a warehouse for a while, right? And then finally, okay, this is going to store, 342, right? And it gets there, right? So guess what, right? They just, here comes the boxes. Now, back in the past, they used to have a bigger back end of the store, right? They would get all these, and they would keep there, right? So now a lot of stores are a little bit more what they call just-in-time delivery. So they'll get things maybe, right? So it might sit at a warehouse. It might sit more of a warehouse, but they don't want to have too much stuff right? So, but some things, they come like a month before, right? So they might, depending on what it is, or, the number one, the item, and then if it's on a sale, or whatever, right? So let's just say it's an item, right? So you're talking, even if the tariffs hit, right? You're probably looking at 3 to 4 months before the actual item that you ordered is on the shelf, right? And then the new price, ding, goes up, right? And then someone goes and buys it, right? But right? Oh my God, right? Because I know what's going to go down, right? Because here's another thing too. The companies will use anything as an excuse of why they raise prices, right? Like, hey, Michigan apples all of a sudden went up $5, and you're like, wait a minute, what? Tariffs? Like, what are you talking about? I live in Michigan. Why are Michigan apples so much? Tariffs. Like what? From Ohio? What'd you do? You picked them up, right, and you shipped them to Ohio. I'm saying Ohio because I know if the channel I'm talking, right? I'm just using, right? Like what do you? You know, right? And I sure as shit, right? Someone's gonna believe it. Oh yeah, tariffs. Yeah, Trump bad because of tariffs. I'm just like, can you put your... Oh, that's right. We live in 2025. Yeah, like a little bit over 5 years ago, we just, took our logic and, you know, yeah, you gotta wear a mask, but when you're walking in the restaurant, and then when you sit down, right, you can take it off, and then you can, you don't need to have it on because the germs are up here. They're not down here. You know how much shit did you guys get for that? I remember I was like, dude, if it's that bad, these damn masks ain't gonna do anything. Oh, what they told you, this is what it says, this is what the science says. I said, I don't care, dude, your science is wrong. I'm like, I'm not even an expert at this shit, right? But fine, right? Okay, you want me to wear a mask, right? And then I'm like, okay, so if we need to wear a mask, I said to the same person, right? It was the exact same person, right? And I said, well, why do we gotta wear it while we're waiting to sit down? But then when we sit down, we can take it off. They're like, well, it makes sense. I'm like, what do you mean it makes sense? I'm like, if it... right? You know, I was just like, you got... Remember the double masking? Oh, I thought someone was joking with me. They said double mask. I was like, like what? You said what? You said put a mask on. That's good. Oh wait, we need a second one. Like the 1-8. And then I think someone was like, oh, well, we might go to 3. I'm like, dude, yeah, it's gonna work because you're gonna suffocate, right? Well, definitely flatten the curve that way, right? That was a whole nother thing, man. Like, people didn't even think about it. It was just like, yes, sir. Can I have another? I don't know, man. And then, like, you didn't have your mask on. It's like, oh, yeah, make fun of the people that don't put their mask on. You're killing us, right? I tell you, man, society failed, right? And here's the funny thing. No one's come out and said, oh, we were wrong. We should have never done that. No. It's just like, oh, yeah, that's in the past. So don't worry about it. Like, what are you talking about? You wanted me dead. Literally, you're on record saying these people need to die, and tons of people on the left, and right? And now they're trying to pretend like they never said this stuff. Well, guess what? Hey, you know the funny part is like, you had family members that said this shit. And they still haven't said anything. Not a word. Right? And they'll be the first one like, oh, you can't help me out? Like, dude, really? You wanted me dead? Because I didn't put a goddamn face diaper on? Go fuck yourself. I swear, I don't need enemies. I just need my family. Luckily, there's only the family I do want. At least they'll be the one family member that I want. It's gonna stay around for a while. But yeah, the rest of it is they're thinning out, if you know what I mean. Anyway, oh my God, another 10 minutes more than I wanted. So anyway, what am I gonna label this one? Hey Brian, what's up? Yeah, hey, if you're watching, Brian, hey, you just messaged. You just messaged. All right, guys, I don't know what else to how to end it, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna name this thing. We'll come up with something. Anyway, let's see if we can find the stop button. There it is. Hey, just under 30 minutes. Bye.